Good morning everyone. This is Dr. Flora Valdez. My topic is all about varied science instructional materials and tools. So, let us first define what is the meaning of instructional materials. So, instructional materials are the content or information delivered within a course, or instructional materials are resources with fixed information used to meet specific course-based learning goals, outcomes, and objectives. So, aside from that, instructional materials, also known as instructional resources, are all of the tools a teacher uses in teaching a lesson. These materials can include materials that students bring from school as part of a project, textbook, homework, assignment, and other types of resources. But how important is instructional materials and tools for teaching and learning? So, as an individual who impart knowledge and education, our chief responsibility as a teacher is to make the little ones learn, develop, and grow mentally. This is imperative in their formative years if they are to become capable and productive social citizens going forward. Your teaching will play a very important role in shaping their personalities. So, not to mention the equally significant factors of your student assimilate knowledge and getting equipped with the right life skills. So, instructional materials for K to 12 a significant role in helping the child learn and develop mentally. This applies to classroom training where a physically present before your student or conducting a virtual setting. Pictorial, colorful instructional materials, along with regular textbook and workbooks, ensure the child is fully engaged and find all the learning topics interesting enough. Before, when we teach, we use the regular blackboard or whiteboard, which is easily becomes monotonous for the child after a period of time. So, listening to teachers drone on about various topics for 5 to 6 hours every day can become tedious for the most patient of us adults. Needless to say, children have relatively smaller attention span. So, you could just state facts verbally or write a few lines on the blackboard or whiteboard as part of your teaching technique. Or you could use colorful teaching aids and instructional materials that are interactive and fun. Certainly, the latter is more useful in explaining basic principles in teaching the young ones for their subject. But what are the examples of instructional materials for teaching and learning? The different kinds of instructional materials. Example of instructional materials which include the traditional resources. We have textbook, reference book, lesson plans, workbooks, flashcard charts, and supplemental reading materials. It also includes the lectures, reading textbook, multimedia components, and other resources in a course. So there are types of instructional materials. Fortunately, creative teachers across our country have come up with numerous instructional materials. These serve as teaching aids and help change the K-12 educational content from the drab and boring to fun and mentally fascinating, always appealing to the interests of the little ones. This teaching sometimes aids and also mentally stimulate and challenges the student, particularly in higher grades. So these are some of the instructional materials. We have the games and interactive resources. These are the puzzle and the brain teasers, role play, games. And there are more interactive quizzes and games that act as excellent instructional material as well. In fact, kids have such fun playing with this that retention of content and information becomes very easy. These games are also competitive in nature and thereby naturally motivate the young people to do their best. We have also visualization and graphic. So for that, we have the graphic organizers. We have the graphs, diagram, flowcharts, tables, and visual explanation of statistic. We have also the science notebook, the big science notebook. We have also infographics, text-based or image-based. Infographic explaining breaking down concept statistic. We have also electronics technology in media devices, which is very common in our subject science. So we have the microscopes, binoculars and telescope, calculator, audiovisual media, CD and cassette players, microphones, and computers. We have also the print materials. We have the books, which are based on subject fundamentals, differentiated instruction, student activities, skills practice. We have also reference books, which include maps, research and discovery, atlas, and vocabulary builders. Another one is the workbooks, supplementing with STEM curriculum. And these are science, technology, engineering, and math. So for practice sets, these are the exercises based on mathematics, science, grammar, writing, and reading, and as well as language skills. This is also, we have also the human anatomy, which is very useful in science. Another one is with the use of laboratory. So we have the instructional materials for the next generation science standard. And we have also the different body parts. We have also the telescope. So for the solar system, we have here the solar system. And what are the materials used for teaching science? Particularly, all of the teachers use common science materials like magnifiers, magnets, models, scales, spheres, waste materials, and others. Also, 21.88% use animals and plants, and 25% use natural materials like water, salt, sand, soil, stone, flour, sugar, spice, and others. So, probably this is for laboratory experimentation. We have also graphic interactive materials, physical objects, photographs, illustrations, charts, graphs, maps, multimedia, movies, and games. So what are the instructional materials sources? Aside from those that I have mentioned, for science teaching program to achieve this goal, indeed, for science teaching to be most effective, teachers and students needs textbook, laboratory kits, videos, and other materials that are clear, accurate, and help students achieve the goal set by the standard. So aside from instructional materials, we have the instructional tools in science. We have the active learning exercises. And these are some of the strategies. We have the snowball. So what is snowball? So everyone individually writes down their top 3 questions, comments, answer to something asked by the instructor. So students then pair up and choose the top 3 from their combined responses. The pairs then join with another pair to form a group of 4, and the group chooses the top 3 responses. So what are the advantages? Great for creating list of best question, comments, answers, and requires student interaction and compromise, as well as allow student to see pair ideas. Yan. So may collaboration siya. Another one is the active learning exercises, which is discussion. So it's a combination of question and discussion. So this activity helps generate a list of questions that people might ask about a particular topic. So the instructors start by asking question, and everyone is invited to yell out another question. So they will ask question in the form of yell. All responses must be questioned. If someone makes a statement, then everyone else yell statement. Let at least 2 other people yell out the question before you offer another. So what are the advantages? Can be a lot of fun, gets people thinking about question, gives you an idea of what students are thinking about. Another one is active learning exercises, is the think, pair, and share. So this is another collaborative approach. Think, pair, and share. Students think about a question or concept individually. Then, they pair up with another student to discuss their ideas. The instructor then select a few pairs to share what they discuss with a larger group. Or the instructor will give a concept or topic for the pair and shared. Then, what are the advantages? Works with any group size. No resources required. Everyone gets to participate. Can be very quick. Another one is the fishbowl. Fishbowl strategy for organizing medium to large group discussion. Students are separated into an inner and outer circle. So, for the inner circle, these are the fishbowl or the discussant. And for the outer circle, they are the observer. So that is fishbowl technique. Now, so for the K-12 instructional materials in science, we have it includes textbook, laboratory manuals, other books about scientific matters, kits, software, CDs, and other multimedia materials such as videos that provide equipment and materials for a specific inquiry-based lesson. So, when teachers use such teaching aid as instructional materials, they essentially add a lot of quality and raise the fun quotient of their teaching. For students, there are various factors that appeal to their young minds. These are the visual attractiveness of colorful posters, the joy of listening to audiovisual content, and the mental stimulation of completing quizzes and games in a group. All of this makes learning much more fun, effective, and overall less uninteresting and tiresome. So before, I used the kahot. Another one is the quizzes. So automatically, you can get the score after the quiz. And then, they are also interesting because there is a competition for all. Then, so instructional materials are used in classes. Bakit? It's because of the following advantages it provides. So these are the advantages that you can see in if the instructional materials are fit or fitted to the level of your class. They take away some of the monotony in the class and offer content that makes students sit up and take notice. And another one is they arouse curiosity and make the child want to know and learn more. This is very applicable in the primary grades. They are more interactive and engage students in a fun language they understand. So, like the bright colors and quirky background music, in the case of audiovisual content, make the topics appealing to watch and listen to. So, when your classroom teaching have the right teaching aid, you can greatly increase the effectiveness of your lesson. So you can also significantly enhance the interest levels of children in your lesson, as well as your ability to teach them the relevant content successfully. So the right instructional materials for K-12 content are a major catalyst in helping young students learn more, learn better, and grasp various educational concepts more quickly and thoroughly. This also helps lighten the intellectual burden on students, supporting and enhancing their mental faculties. They take away the dry tedium of the topics and replace them with exciting, interactive, and engaging content. The right kinds of instructional materials also bring out the best in teachers and their methods of imparting knowledge. So therefore, for our conclusion, important for you as a teacher to use age-appropriate teaching aid as instructional materials throughout all K-12 curriculum levels. So, thank you for watching and listening to my presentation. This is Teacher Flor or Dr. Flora Valdez. Thank you so much.